Today, we're looking at the Vault Trials. This is a new cooperative game mode for the trading card game, Alpha Clash. And this is technically an expansion, and it introduces a raid-style experience. You can play from 1 to 4 players, and players are working together to battle against automated encounters driven by boss, minion, and event decks. We'll introduce it to you today on Legendary Tactics.
First of all, we'd like to thank Rising Empire Studios for sponsoring this video.
We certainly appreciate them supporting our channel.
In this preview, we're going to cover the theme and the setting, the components, the core mechanisms, and how the game compares structurally to other cooperative card games.
So first we need to talk about the mythology behind this game. There's a lot of lore that goes into this.
It's in the Alpha Clash universe, if I'm not mistaken.
And we covered the board game Cosmic Conquest. So the absence is the threat in this world. And so we've got Clarity as your contender and Master Zypherion. And so they're entering this multi-dimensional structure known as the Vault, searching for an ancient weapon. So we have different chambers and trials in the game. In the first scenario, we have the Trial of Identity. There's also the Trial of Time. And then we have the final confrontation with the Guardian Angel, and that's the big contender at the end. So each stage introduces different conditions and encounter mechanisms as players progress much deeper down into the vault.
And what's neat about the presentation, they actually have little comic book kind of parts in this, which basically they sprinkle them throughout the rule book, and the illustrated narrative basically is there to kind of give you a sense of the setting and to explain the storyline essentially to the game, which is again Clarity and Zypherion, I assume we're saying that correctly, are looking for a weapon that's powerful enough that it will allow them to defeat the absence.
That's right. So we always love to look at the components and how they're built and the aesthetics of the game, and you've sort of covered the aesthetics there, but this expansion is unique in that it covers the cooperative setup. We've got lots of these oversized cards. There's encounter-specific decks, so we've got our event deck, our minion deck, our boss deck, and each of these has a corresponding Oblivion area, so when these ones get eliminated, they move to the Oblivion.
Yeah, the Oblivion is discard pile,
that's
basically.
Right. Yes, and we also have this area here where the active events are going to be played. The portal right now is closed, so this is something pretty open. Yes, on the other side. Excellent. And then across the bottom here, we've got our minion area. So this is when our minions emerge, where we would go to battle them. So down in our play areas here, we've got each a deck of 50 cards.
Yeah, the game comes self-contained. So if it's the only thing you get, you will actually get 2 decks that are ready to go as far as the game is concerned. You can add it to what you have already, or you can just play it as a self-contained game.
That's right. We've also got Guardian Minion cards. We just chose this one randomly for the first scenario, but I think there's about 6 of these or so. And down at the bottom here, of course, we've got the very shiny cards. There's quite a few of these mixed into the entire set. You'll see them throughout. And in a later video, we're going to be checking out some booster packs.
Yes.
So we'll be looking at those, or the blister packs.
Yeah, blister packs.
Yeah, so.
Same idea.
Yeah. And finally, we have our health trackers here. Now, these did not come with the game, so we had to provide those, and you can track your health however you like. So I've set mine to 30, and yours
mine's
is
at 25.
25.
Not my constitution is not quite yours.
Not quite, no. And your deck has the dark background in the corners there, and all of your cards have that too, and mine has the lighter background, so that's how you distinguish between them.
So it's a simpler deck in the sense that you're not managing different colors, in terms of paying for different cards and so forth. So
well, and let's get into that, because
Yeah.
I think one of the central mechanisms to this game is the resource mechanism, and with that, we don't need to worry about different colors and paying the correct cost. So,
which as a new player like myself, yourself, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm sure it gets pretty complicated, all the interactions of all the different colored cards and everything like that. So
right. So
I'm glad to keep it simple for this one.
So in this game, we'll be battling. You and I are actually on a team together, battling against an automated enemy, and that behavior is controlled by the program deck here. So we also have the rotating leader token, and this attracts the baddies.
Yes, all the bad guys will, generally speaking, direct their damage towards the leader. So this is a card, I think, well, it's nice to be the leader. There are some small benefits. It's
cheaper
a role
to
with a lot of heavy
do the portal.
responsibility, and you want to hand that off.
You got to get rid of that as quickly as you can. Awesome.
But I think it's good in the sense if you have one character who's very low on health and is trying to get back in the game and get their health back up, then you can direct the fire, the
That's
attacks to the one that has the greater health number to try and keep the game going if you're in rough shape.
Now, there's different types of minions who are being spawned, just the regular ones, and these are all elite minions, so it says this down in the corner here. And so they have enhanced abilities. The game also has sort of ongoing event effects, and the boss rolls.
The event deck is all about.
That's right. Yep. The boss rolls change throughout the game, and of course, there's classic clashes that we're going to have where we're battling against these creatures.
Yeah. Also, this expansion introduces several new keywords or abilities, including things like empowerment, omen, doubt. Doubt's one that kind of builds up on your contenders. It's kind of a neat one. Shroud, siege, daunting, and that sort of thing. So there's all sorts of additional abilities or whatever, if you want, whatever you want to call them, traits, I guess.
And there's a nice glossary at the end of this little instruction booklet, which builds on the core rules. I think it is very useful to have the core rules to understand the interactions between the characters.
Yes, absolutely.
So if we want to compare this to other games, structurally, the Vault Trials share similarities with some other cooperative games. So have you played Sentinels of the Multiverse?
Yes, I have. It's been a long time, but yes, it certainly has the comic book feel and the cooperative feel.
And yes, you cooperate against an automated enemy through controlled, dedicated encounter decks like these. Marvel Champions, some people probably find some similarities.
Again,
there.
Cooperative, working against a boss enemy, that kind of thing. Yep.
That's right. And players are coordinating against sort of escalating villain encounters in that game too.
Yeah.
Who would you say this game is aimed at, or who's it designed for then?
So I think this game is really designed for people who are interested in cooperative gameplay within the Alpha Clash system, because normally you're playing 1v1 and you're battling it out, but
there's a bit of stress in that too, where it's like, you're playing someone who probably knows the game better than you when you're new to the game,
or their deck's just more finely tuned and that sort of thing as well. So,
and in this one, you can use the strengths of the person who you're hanging out with to try to beat the system.
Yeah. And so working together, obviously, as game design has progressed, we've definitely gotten to a stage where people enjoy playing cooperatively. So if people are interested in the Alpha Clash game system, they want to find a good entry point, in terms of working together, maybe with a more experienced player or something like that, I think this could be a really fun way to do it. I can see actually being really great if you have, let's say, 3 experienced players and they're trying to onboard a 4th.
Right. Yes.
Right.
This would be the way to do it.
They could do it because they could all work together.
Coach together.
And they could work through all the card interactions together, etc. Like, I think that would be a potentially great way to go about using the system.
For sure,
in the right way.
And it feels like a game where it shares some mechanisms with other games. There's going to be echoes of Magic the Gathering, or I wouldn't say Android Netrunner as much. That one's a little more asymmetrical.
Not so much. Definitely a little bit more like Magic or even Pokemon or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
But it really does feel like it's doing its own thing.
It's its own universe, and everybody who's part of that, and there is a growing community of Alpha Clash players out there.
Yes, so. And really, like the artwork, like I don't know how much time was spent on these. Yeah. But just the amount of effort that went into creating this is obviously a fair bit. Not only designing the card abilities, but to illustrate everything, to do not only a rule book but a comic book inside to tell the story. It's obviously a labor of love that way.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this preview. Let us know your thoughts on this game if you've been part of the world. Awesome. If you're new to the world, love to see what you think of it. Now get out there.
Get gaming.
And be legendary.